to another Friday. So it is my Scrap Fast Friday video today. So I have pulled a couple of bits and pieces in from various collections. So this one here, I'm just having a look at my little box, was from Pinkpaislee and the Pen Pals collection. So a few pieces from there I've pulled, and just show you all the little bits and pieces. So I've just pulled a few little bits from that collection from the die cut pack, and I've also got a few bits and pieces from a Heidi Swapp pack that I might use, and I'm just going to add them to this little plate here. And a little card that says True Friend. I've got my photo picked out, and that is it. That's all I know. So I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock and perhaps a little bit of paint and add a little bit of colour. So that's all I know, but I'm going to get to it. So like usual, I'm going to put my timer on for 30 minutes and see what I can create in that time. So I will see you soon. Okay, so I have set my time for 30 minutes and I'm just grabbing this piece of paper. It was an Amy Tangerine piece from one of her earlier collections, and I'm going to use that as the background. So I'm just sticking the white cardstock on. So the white cardstock is from American Crafts and it's a textured cardstock. So I'm just sticking that down and roughing up the edges a little bit and pulling out this paint here. It's just a cheap acrylic paint from Semco that I got at Spotlight, and you know, they're about $2 a bottle, and the colour is called Soft Pink. So it's a very, very, very pale pink. The colour might not be picking up exactly what it's like, but it's a very, very soft baby pink. So I'm just added, I have just added some Dilutions ink spray in bubblegum pink, and that helps to bring in the pink from the background paper, the piece underneath. So I'm just putting these bits and pieces together and trying to work out where all these elements want to go. So I thought that I might call this layout Time Flies, but I end up getting rid of that and using a little die cut piece or a little cut file from the Silhouette called Happy, and so I'm going to call it Happy. So basically this photo was taken on Christmas Day in the evening, and we got a board game. So the family was sitting down playing a board game together, and our cat came to join us. So she is so funny that no matter where we are, she likes to join us. So she doesn't necessarily like sitting on our knees and having a cuddle, but she just likes to be in the same room. So if we're in, you know, one of the front lounge, and she'll come and join us there. So she usually likes to go wherever I am, and she'll just sit by my feet or sit next to us. So we're all sitting at the kitchen table playing this board game, and you know, there's a spot spare at the end, and she comes and sits there and watches us play the game. So it was quite funny. So I just got a shot there of her sitting on the chair watching us play the game, and there's my hubby Gav, and you know, with the board game. So that was a fun little memory. So I thought that I would scrapbook that one. We don't always have to scrapbook, you know, just professional photos. We can scrapbook whatever we like. So today this is the photo that took my fancy, and I have decided to use that. So what am I doing with the layout? I am putting all the little elements that I had pulled aside earlier out of that dish, and I'm just laying them down on the page and working out where they're going to go. So I'm pretty much, you know, because I'm on a time frame, I am just committing to, you know, the first place pretty much that I think works, and I'm sticking everything together. So some of these elements I just take off. They're not really going to work. It's good to pull a few little extras. And some of them work and some of them don't. So I've just put a little tiny die cut there that says my friend on the top left hand side of the photo, and I haven't put anything on that little tag there above that my friend, and I will put the date on December the 25th at another time. So this is where I just remove that time flies and decide that it's not going to be called that, and I just concentrate on some of the other elements of the page. And I found these little die cut pieces from the silhouette from when I cut out some other project, and so I had all the inside love hearts left, so I decided that I would put those on there, and pretty much it. So here I am. I pulled out this Xyron machine, so thanks to Jen Scow, who showed that she uses her Xyron sticker maker on the vellum pieces, and so that way you don't see any of the glue behind them. And that is a great way to use this machine, because I bought this machine roughly 8 or 9 years ago, and I think I used it once, so I've never refilled it. I've never bought a refill and the glue's still going. And yeah, so thanks for that, Jen. That's an awesome tip. And I was going to put that happy through, but it was a little bit big, didn't quite fit, and then I was going to stick it on with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, but the tiny attacher doesn't make it in. So, you know, I've decided, okay, look, I just need to get it down. So I just used a bit of glue to stick it down, and it works fine. So I just pulled out my phone, but, you know, because the screen is bright, you couldn't really see. I was trying to show you how much time I had left, and at this stage I think I had about 10 minutes. And so, yeah, I was just giving you a bit of a look, but you couldn't see. So just continuing to stick some of these elements down, and I decide that I'm going to put these love hearts up on some foam tape and make them a bit dimensional. But it was taking forever to take these tiny little squares off, so I just got into this sheet where I could cut longer pieces, and it was quicker. And always the way when I'm, you know, trying to go on a time deadline, and then I get nervous, and then my fingers don't work, and I'm trying to pull off the backing sheet, and my fingers feel like they're toes, and it's just not working. So I just had to tell myself, just calm down, Jenny. You are doing fine. You're gonna make it. Just breathe and enjoy it. And then I was fine. So I had a meltdown for a second, but it was only a second, I promise, and I got back into it. So here I've decided that I'm going to add that little bestie acetate to the little tag up there, and stick that little love heart one on. I couldn't, I just stuck it on with the wet glue because it was dark, so I knew I wouldn't see the glue behind it anyway. And I'm getting towards the end, and I've got a few more minutes left. At this stage I think I had about 3 minutes to go, and I decided that I'm going to add my journaling, which is about the photo. You know, just saying that I love the way Holly joins us, and no matter what we're doing. So I'm going to add my splatters, and then I am done. So I will show you a few close-ups and talk about the layout. So I'll leave you here, and I will let you yeah, first of all though, I just want to show you this. This is how I've slowed it down. This is how I do my splatters. I actually let the first big drop fall from the paintbrush, and then I sort of give a bit of force to the brush. So I don't give a lot of force first of all. I let that first big droplet fall, and that's how I get the perfect spots. So I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to talk to you in a second. Okay, so my alarm is going off, and you'll see that my time is up. Just make sure that you can see that. I'm going to turn that off. Alright, and that is me done. So I made it in the 30 minutes, just cleaning off my hands to the side here because that ink went everywhere when I opened the lid, but I'm happy with the layout, happy with the way it went. So I'll just pull it up and give you a bit of a close-up. Sorry about the lighting, it's a summer day here, and let's see, the sun is coming in my window and it seems to mess with the lighting. So I don't know why. Makes it look a little bit dull. But you can see the paint there on the bottom. Hopefully you'll see that. It's just a light touch of colour. So nothing in your face. Just gave a little bit of a background. So there's some layering of some elements. A little bit of pink splashes on there as well to match that outside paper. And that is done. So hopefully you enjoyed that one and wasn't too hard. Got it done in 30 minutes. Not that it's a race, so I'm not doing this to race and to, you know, have to hurry up. But sometimes, you know, I'm a bit slow in my scrapbooking, and sometimes it's good for me to be able to put a limit and say, that is done. Just do what you can in that time and call it quits. So I'm happy with that layout, and hopefully you like it too, and let me know how you're going with your Fast Friday scrapbooking. And I'll see you next time. Bye!